I am so excited to introduce you to the world of Usborne Books and More. So at Usborne Books and More, we feature books from two publishers. That's Usborne Publishing, based out of the UK, and Kane Miller Publishing, based out of the United States. And so we often say at Usborne Books and More that Usborne is good for the head and Kane Miller is good for the heart. So together they just create this really wonderful, well-rounded product line. So I wanted to show you some of our books and introduce you to some of the amazing books for older kids, teens, and for young adults, because we have a great selection of books for that age. We have books all the way from babies to young adults, but I just wanted to focus on those books for older readers, for those of you that have or teach older readers. So I wanted to start off with one of my favorites. This is The Story of Inventions. So I actually got this book when my daughter was 5 months old because it just sounded really interesting to me. It's this great book, kind of like a history, science book. So it's all about the history of inventions. So it has some kind of ones that you would expect in there, like light, how the invention of light, the invention of the wheel, things like that. But they also have some really interesting ones. The spread of chocolate, so talking about how it was originally made and marketed and packaged. They have the invention of jeans, zippers, Post-it notes. So just some really cool stories in here, and they're all broken up. The text is broken up into chunks, so it makes it really easy for a reader to digest, and it also has some great illustrations in there to also help kind of grab your attention and keep a reader engaged. So this is one of my favorites. Another great nonfiction title that we have is 100 Things to Know About Space. We have several of these 100 Things to Know. So we have 100 Things to Know About the Human Body, 100 Things to Know About History, 100 Things to Know About Science, Food. This one's great. It is actually 100 things. So it starts off with thing 1. And then it goes through 100 things. So many interesting like little tidbits in here. This one is interesting. It says, if you could catch a mouthful of ethyl formate, it would taste a lot like a raspberry. So just really interesting tidbits about space. We have a lot of great fiction for older readers. This is one of my favorites. It's called The Last 13. It is 13 books in this series, and you get them all in a set. You can either get them paperback or hardback. And this is a book about 13 dreamers, and they're all having these crazy dreams, these same crazy dreams, and they have to find each other and also avoid capture. So this great kind of sci-fi action suspense book for the readers in your life who enjoy stories like that. Usborne has a way of taking classics and making them much more approachable for younger readers, teens, things like that. So this is Complete Shakespeare. So this is a collection of all of Shakespeare's plays, but they are kind of more in story form. So it's stories from all the plays. So it changes the words, and gorgeous illustrations in this book. It changes the words and makes it just more approachable, easier kind of to digest. And then any of the words that are actually from the play, you'll see kind of written in script like that. So I'll show you some more of the illustrations in this book because I'm pretty crazy about them. So here's Romeo and Juliet. It explains the play, where it takes place, who the different actors in the play are. So this is just such a cool collection of these stories. So just really classic, but really approachable for a younger reader or teens and even young adults. We have some great books kind of to help kids develop their art skills, drawing skills, things like that. So this is one of my favorites. It's Write and Draw Your Own Comics. So it kind of gives you prompts, very simple drawing tips. Here's the table of contents. So making up characters, drawing characters, speech bubbles, sound effects, kind of how, kind of the makeup of comics and how to do all that. So I'll show you some of the pages in this book because this one is super fun. So comics, the basics, and then it gives you spaces to kind of draw and make up your own characters. And there's lots of great space in here to kind of do your own thing, drawing actions. And then it gives you some of those kind of, this is how to come up with a plot. So just everything that you need to make up your own comics, as well as some of the boxes so that you can actually do your own comics and get started doing that. My Beautiful Room is another great kind of craft art book. So it's an interior design book. So if you have a child that's interested in interior design, this is a great book. It also has 3D press out furniture and stickers in it. So it talks about floor plans, things like that. So any child in your life that's interested in interior design or designing, stuff like that. It talks about colors, like what colors go together, how to learn about that. So just really patterns, using texture. So and then it has a space after each section. So your turn using texture. So kind of how to do that. And then also it has a place where you can design your actual own room. So this is a really neat arts and crafts book. We also have some great books about art. So this is one of my favorites. This is the Usborne Book of Famous Paintings. It's 35 of the world's best known paintings. And this book is so beautiful. So it talks about the painting, kind of what, first it talks about who painted it, where it was painted, and it talks about different painting techniques, as well as kind of meanings behind the paintings. Another cool thing about this book is it has these great fold-out flaps. So we have Water Lily's Morning, and then you can fold this flap out and see the entire painting with lots and lots of tidbits about the painting, about the artist, about the techniques used. So I really love this Famous Paintings book. Just a great introduction to paintings. And so any kids that are interested in art or you think that might get interested in art, this is a great book for them. So this is these are all of the books that I want to show you for older readers. We have so many books for older readers, tons of fiction, nonfiction, kind of fun arts and crafts, activity books. So anything that the child in your life or the older reader in your life is interested in, I can almost guarantee that we have a book for that.